We are looking at the most technologically advanced warship ever made. The USS Gerald R. Ford is named after the 38th President of the United States and built by Huntington Ingalls Industries. It brings a sea change in American naval power, the first clean sheet design of a carrier since the USS Nimitz was commissioned in 1975. The USS Gerald R. Ford will commence on its first deployment later this year and sets the tone for naval forces all around the world. Before we continue, make sure to subscribe and hit the bell icon to stay up to date on the newest developments and advancements in the world of warfare. The large-deck, nuclear-powered aircraft carriers are not only the largest warships ever built, they are also the symbol of U.S. military force. The 10 Ford-class carriers are expected to be the centerpiece of America's maritime force structure through the year 2105, with a crew of 4,500 personnel and a steadily evolving air wing of 75 or more high-performance aircraft. It was officially commissioned in July 2017, which is an official ceremony to put the ship into active service, with President Trump being the commander-in-chief. At first, he was skeptical about the ship, but he struck an inspirational tone at the ceremony. Quote, "American hands and American steel constructed a 100,000-ton message to the world. American might is second to none," he said. It is estimated to cost around a whopping $14 billion before the ship can be put to use. $13 billion was used to build the ship, and another billion for all the 4-year trials it has to go through to be put on deployment officially. It is difficult to overstate how dangerous the Ford class will be as a tool of U.S. strategy. The carriers will be able to produce 160 aircraft sorties per day during peacetime operations and up to 270 during wartime operations. Each of the carrier air wing strike fighters will be able to precisely destroy multiple targets in a single flight. The fighters will be more flexible and resilient than any land-based aircraft because their base at sea is mobile, capable of traveling over 700 miles in a single day. The Ford class incorporates 24 major technologies that were not available when the Nimitz class was designed, including an electromagnetic aircraft launch system, dual-band radar, and a pair of super-efficient nuclear reactors that can generate twice as much electricity as the vessel currently requires to accommodate future warfighting innovations, like high-powered lasers. And thanks to a combination of new technology and redesigned interior spaces, each Ford-class carrier will be able to deliver significant performance gains while employing 600 fewer crew members than a Nimitz. According to the Navy, each Ford-class carrier will save the service $4 billion in life cycle costs when compared to a Nimitz-class vessel. These are quite the technological advancements and shows that America is capable of bringing unparalleled technology of the highest level. The last Nimitz-class aircraft carrier will not be retired until 2058, demonstrating the incredible longevity of large-deck, nuclear-powered carriers. The Navy believes that the Nimitz and Ford classes are more survivable today than at any time since the carriers first saw action in World War II, thanks to continuous improvements to their sturdy designs. This goes to show that they're not only investing in new weaponry and better capabilities, but also in the durability of the ships. No other country has such warships, and that's before you consider the unrivaled skill and discipline of U.S. carrier crews. What is a billion-dollar ship without a world-class crew? Both the Nimitz and Ford classes, when combined with service combatants in a carrier strike group, provide overwhelming force across a range of missions, from forward presence to deterrence to power projection to maritime security. The USS Gerald R. Ford is a replacement for the retired USS Enterprise, which had served for 51 years. In major combat operations, The Gerald R. Ford class will be the prime forward asset for crisis response and early decisive striking power. The warship is one of the largest ones ever produced, if not the largest. With a length of 1,092 feet, a beam of 134 feet, a flight deck of 356 feet, and a height of nearly 250 feet, it is truly a big machine. It can hold 75 plus aircrafts and is envisioned to house some of the most advanced fleet the world has ever seen, namely the Lockheed Martin F-35C Lightning IIs. Another major feature of the USS Gerald R. Ford is her complement of close-in and long-range defense systems. These include, but are not limited to, RIM-162 Evolved Sea Sparrow surface-to-air missile launchers, RIM-116 surface-to-air missile launchers, Phalanx Close-In Weapon System automated 0.8-inch or 20mm Vulcan cannons, and M2 50 caliber or 12.7mm machine guns. The Phalanx system alone is capable of autonomously detecting, targeting, and destroying a wide variety of aerial threats, from incoming missiles to aircraft to unmanned aerial vehicles. Virtual reality has played a big role in the design of the warship. This was largely due to the enhancement within the carrier. Weapons elevators and pathways to ship ammunition, and the sailors themselves played a major role in the design. This was where the 3D model and virtual reality had the most impact. This makes it the first warship in the United States to be designed utilizing computer-aided design techniques. If this wasn't enough to blow your minds, the ship has a Starbucks on board. Yeah, I know. Not what you would expect, but everybody needs good coffee, right? Thanks for watching this video, and I hope to see you all in the next.